Hello you guys! Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is by Alice Black, whatever you like to call me, Gora Jane, you can call me that too. Today I'm going to talk about 10 things you are doing wrong when you're trying to lose weight, when you're dieting. Well, you can tell by the headline. Honestly, I tried to film this last week, but dieting, I was just talking about something else, but I was just rambling a lot and I just didn't feel confident about it. I didn't even watch the videos, I just deleted them. Okay! I literally wrote them down because I wasn't making much sense. I put my thoughts together, put them on paper. That works for me. One of the things, first thing I'm gonna mention, not eating enough. Sometimes people think, oh, you know, if I'm trying to lose weight, like if I'm just like dieting, I'm gonna live off salad now. I'm just gonna eat lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and this is my life now and I'm gonna lose weight. But really, that's not enough for your body. You also need to eat other things like proteins and fats as well, but obviously moderate weight and counts and so on. If you're just like eating a bit of lettuce a day, you're probably intaking like 20 grams of carbs in a day, which is like ridiculous amounts. You're just basically starving your body and you're doing damage to your body in the long run. And honestly, who's gonna stick to a diet like that where you just eat lettuce and just salad and nothing else? Boom. Done. Okay, losing too much weight in a short period of time. But if you're going to be losing weight too quickly, you're going to be also losing your muscle. So, for example, if you're going to gym and working so hard on your bum and you're trying to get that peachy bum, but at the same time you're like trying to lose all that weight in 1 month or 2 months, and like, come on, you're going to lose that bum. You're like working out for nothing. And then you're just gonna be like, oh, like I don't understand, where's my bum and stuff like that. You might feel like it's a little bit more lifted, but it's not really like gonna grow or anything, or you're not gonna be even able to maintain it. If you already have that bum, if you have that muscle, you won't be able to maintain it. Also, if you lose weight too quickly, you're gonna get digestion problems, obviously mood swings, headaches and so on, because your body's gonna be in shock and don't do it. Third thing I put down was focusing on scale too much. For example, as a beginner, if you're gonna start going to gym and you're gonna be like trying to lose weight and doing a lot of cardio, but at the same time you will incorporate weight training as well. So as a beginner, you can gain muscle and also lose weight. So if you're gonna focus on that scale, you're gonna be like, oh my god, my weight isn't changing, like the scale is saying the same numbers, and really you're probably gonna be losing like fat but also gaining muscle. That's the perks of being a beginner in a gym. For example, you could be like holding on to your water weight and losing fat, so don't worry about the scale weight too much. Like if you really don't see a difference in a month, then yeah, obviously think something about your diet and you need to reconsider it, but then like don't beat yourself up about it too much. So one of the things I noticed, like people don't lift weights. Well, it's more like girls don't want to lift weights because they have this stereotype of that as soon as they're going to lift up some weights, even like little weights, they're going to gain these big muscles and they're going to look like bodybuilders. Like, I'm not trying to offend anyone here, but like, and this used to be me as well. I used to have this stereotype in my head, as soon as I'm gonna lift some weights, like, you know, I'm gonna start looking all big and hench and I don't want to look that way. If you would just follow like a bodybuilder's lifestyle, if you just even watch a couple of videos, what they do, how they eat, how much they train and how consistent they are, you will know it takes so much to become so big and hench. Like, it's not gonna happen to you. Like, it takes a lot of protein, a lot of training, consistent training, always pushing more, always going for higher weights. That's when you're gonna get big. If you're always gonna pick up some light weights, it's not gonna make you big, you know, it's just gonna tone you up a little bit. Lifting weights can improve your metabolism, it can help you lose weight more, and that's including your belly fat as well. So if like you put cardio together with weight training, it's a good combination. It's gonna help you to like lose weight, burn fat. One of the common mistakes people do is not preparing themselves. So what I mean by that is when you don't prepare your food, when you don't cook your meals, and you're just thinking for yourself for that day, like you're already failing for tomorrow. So for example, if you haven't prepared yourself like a meal for work, you're gonna go to work and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm really hungry, I forgot to make my food, but you know what, I'm gonna wait till later, I'm gonna go home and eat something then, I'm gonna eat something healthy, I'm not gonna eat all day till I get home. And that is like terrible, because you're gonna get really hungry, and when you're hungry you're really like easy to like fall in for temptations. So if you're gonna see some like fast foods, if you're gonna see something snacky, something bad for you, really something you won't eat when you're like trying to lose weight, you're gonna go for it, because you're just a human. If you haven't prepared for it, it's going to be really hard to resist, especially if you're new to dieting. This is very important. Prepare your meals, prepare your food the day before. You're going to feel much more organized as well, and you're going to be more motivated. Once you prepare that food for the next day, include some like snacks, some healthy snacks. I'm not talking about like some pizza or stuff like that, or you know, just like include some granola bars, a little bit of nuts, some fruits and stuff like that. And you're going to be prepared for the next day. And you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I got my food and got my little snack, I already know what I'm eating. And trust me, once you got that food, you're not gonna go out of your way to go and like, oh, you know what, I got this food, but no, forget it, I'm gonna go and eat this. No, if you have that food there already, you're gonna be like, no, I don't need this, I already have my food, I have my snacks, I'm good. Yeah. Ooh, this is an interesting one. So I think this is like number 6 or something. Another common mistake is not eating enough protein. So basically a lot of times people just overeat carbs and stuff like that, and they're not even eating enough protein, what they should be intaking considering their body weight, or how much they want to lose weight, or if they want to maintain the muscle, and so on and so on. So protein, it can reduce your appetite. So let me give you an example. If you're gonna eat 100 grams of like cereal or 100 grams of like beef, which is gonna fill you up more? Obviously like the beef is gonna fill you up more. So it is really good to like fill you up. It's gonna reduce your appetite. It will increase your metabolism as well. And protein protects your muscles. So if you've been working really hard on your legs or your bum or even your arms, so if you're gonna be dieting, it is really easy to lose muscle as well as fat. So be careful taking enough protein so you maintain your muscle while you're losing weight. So another common mistake is not tracking what you eat. It's very good to eat healthy, and a lot of times I see people eating good, but at the same time they're telling me, oh, for me it's really hard to lose weight, like, oh, it's not working for me. And really in my head I'm just thinking, you're probably not counting your macros, or not even counting your macros. You probably have no idea how much you should be intaking, like considering what your weight is. Like, because I know this is like an old stereotype what you read in magazines, if you're a woman you should be eating this much calories a day, but everyone's different, like everyone's different weight, everyone's different heights, and how can you even give like that one number for calories and stuff like that for everyone? Obviously you can't, that is like average. So you need to really know how much protein, fats and carbs you should be intaking in a day. And even if you don't count every single day macros, at least have that idea how much you should be eating a day. For example, you could even like give yourself like a kind of like a meal plan, or if you're not entirely sure how to do it, you could like even speak to professional people who do meal plans for like a living, so you could speak to them. If not, just do your own research. That's what I do, really. Well, really, I count my macros every single day. For some people it might be a bit much, but for me it just gives me more of the variety like of foods, what I can eat. So because I don't want to stick to like 3-4 different meals a week what I can eat, really. I really want to be like kind of whatever I feel like it today I'm gonna eat, but obviously I'm gonna watch like how much I'm gonna eat of that thing, if you know what I mean. Another example is like you're gonna see eating people like, oh my god, I love avocados, they're really healthy, they're good, and so on. But then they are very low carb, but at the same time people don't realize, I'm not saying not everyone realize, but you know, some people don't realize how much fat they've got in. So you might be eating a lot of avocados thinking, oh my god, I love avocados, they're healthy, they're good for me, which is true, but at the same time you don't realize how much fat you could be intaking. And it is like a healthy, good fat, but anything that is too much is never good for you. I always say not tracking what you eat is like almost like blindly doing something. For example, if you just like, I don't know, blindfolded yourself and tried to paint like someone's portrait and would take off the blindfold and say, oh my god, I don't understand, it's not working, doesn't even like look like that person, and you keep trying to do the same thing with a blindfold on. I know this is like a silly example, but this is how it is in my head. If you don't know what you're eating, how can you know? Like, you can't be sure of like the results that you're gonna be getting. It all makes sense in my head, but when it comes out, it just don't even know. That brings me to next point, unrealistic expectation. If you set your targets, your goals too high, you most likely gonna end up giving up too quickly, because if you're not gonna see results very quickly, if you set your bar very high, you're more likely to break. So set yourself realistic like targets, goals. For example, give yourself like smaller targets, goals, and once you meet them, then set another target for yourself. Because when you're gonna set that big goal, that end goal, you're just gonna feel like it's so far away, it's not like, you know, realistic. So stick to small goals, because once you're gonna reach that target, once you're gonna achieve it, done it, you know, lost 5 pounds, yes, and then what's next, you know, and then you're gonna be like more motivated. Whereas like if you set yourself like 30 like pounds, it's gonna be like, wow, it might take a while for anyone, so really just set yourself like a little goal. That brings me to another mistake people like do on a daily basis. Sometimes I catch myself doing it as well, like comparing yourself to other people's bodies, lives, anything in life really. And I spoke about this before in one of my previous videos as well. This is like a big thing. It is so easy to go on Instagram and like, I know people say I'm looking for inspiration and like I just try to get more motivated, but a lot of times you go on like Instagram and you start comparing yourself to other people, which can really discourage you. If you're gonna compare to someone who's been doing fitness for like 5 years and you just started, you're gonna like, most likely you're just gonna feel down. You're gonna be like, oh my god, like look at her, she looks so nice, and like look at me, I can never look like her. But don't ever do this. Just, I always say, be your own competition. As cheesy as it sounds, it is true. Like, it's so easy to go on Instagram and just compare yourself to other people. Plus, a lot of times you don't know who you're comparing yourself to. That person might be doing the same thing and they might not be that confident as you think they are. Also, these days it is very common that people do plastic surgeries, so you don't know if you're actually comparing yourself to a real person who's like working their ass in gym and like dieting, or someone who actually just goes and like, and they just do their surgery. So be aware of that as well. Eating too often. So I know that like a lot of dietitians, nutritionists, magazines and so on say you should be eating every 2-3 hours and like eating a lot of meals rather than bigger meals. This is something I never stick to. This is something I never listen to. What I do is I have 3 meals a day. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then I'll just have like a little snack in between, or a little bit more snacks now and then, but like obviously like healthy snacks. and it works really good for me. As long as I know my target, as long as I know my macros, how much I'm supposed to lose weight, if I eat that amount of food what I'm supposed to eat throughout the day, I know I'm gonna lose weight. And trust me, sometimes you just gotta listen to your body. Eating too many times a day might lead you to eat when you're not hungry. Just intaking too much calories. Don't even want to intake this many calories. Yeah, and this brings me to an end. Sometimes it is best when you just follow like your body, how it feels, because you're gonna hear of different diets, some extreme diets where just people eat like certain product for example, or one day they'll just eat eggs, one day they'll just eat broccoli, and some crazy diets. Honestly, like, I'm not judging anyone, but can you tell me honestly if you're gonna stick to it for longer than a week? This works for me. Try it if it works for you too. I'm not saying it will, but kind of certain like things that I really follow and I try to avoid, and these are sort of like common mistakes and a lot of times just stereotypes, you know, that you hear from other people. And if you don't do your own research, you're just gonna listen to these things and then you're gonna be like, oh, why is it not working for me? Why I'm not losing weight? So just do your research and see what's best for you as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe if you thought this was useful and helpful in any way. And if you like notice maybe you make any of these mistakes yourself, like I know that I have in the past and maybe sometimes I do as well. Oh yeah, guys, let me know down below and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Ciao.